Talking Trash, a Green Tips podcast, is a chance for me to jump into the world of sustainability by talking to people in business, government, and nonprofits. Hi, I'm Peggy LaPointe. You can find weekly episodes every Tuesday at KINK.FM, Apple iTunes, or wherever you download podcasts.
I gotta edit that out.
Why?
Because I'm gonna do all that stuff post.
Whatever. All right. So, I don't want to ask you how you are because this is the second time we're recording this.
Hey, we recorded this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We are in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And
I think the atmosphere is throwing us off.
Well, go ahead. We're in Alani.
Yeah.
I'm here for work.
Right.
You guys tagged along.
Yes.
And it's kind of a quirky. It's a quirky, really cool work vacation.
But we're in like the chill zone.
We're in the chill. Oh, it's totally hard. Like I was just showing you pictures on my iPhone. It is impossible to take a bad picture here right now.
Right.
It's nuts. So there was that, and then I don't want to put this all on you, but you insisted that we record that episode in bed.
I thought it would be funny, but I think instead it was like counterproductive.
Yeah, it was.
And we were just kind of like, blah.
When you sit, because I don't know anybody that can sit comfortably in their bed.
I can.
Okay. I don't know that your posture is bad.
No, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that you're too comfortable and you're too relaxed.
Okay.
You're in the chill zone, like I just said.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll go with that. But
so you're saying you were uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I was projecting the way I should.
I wasn't projecting either.
And a lot of it comes with that weird angle you sit in when you lie in bed with a pillow up against your back and a creaky headboard.
Man.
See?
What a terrible situation.
It was pretty horrible.
And then so we tried to find another time to record this, but I just haven't been feeling in the mood because the girls are around and I don't like to do it when the girls are around.
So here you are, madam, I'm real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm everything about real.
Uh-huh.
But you can't do it knowing that the girls are in the next room?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm a mother to them.
Sure.
I'm more of just your average 40-something-year-old adult for this. That's how I see it.
Gotcha. I do want to point out they just walked back into the villa that we're in.
So my mojo's going to start going down.
Your mojo's going to go down because you're going to be like, oh, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know.
You pretty much say anything in front of those girls because you keep it real.
Right.
My point is they're gonna need help with the DVD player here in just a minute when they try to figure out how to play this thing. So I just want to give you a heads up at a certain point.
Do you need help with the DVD player?
No, we're gonna go get our drinks filled down.
Okay. All right.
Popcorn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure. Get some popcorn.
Go crazy. I'm kidding. Don't shut that door.
Get enough popcorn for us too, please. And shut the door. Thank you.
Love you.
I have eaten terribly.
Yeah, I know. You sat in the bed. We were moments ago.
That uncomfortable bed that you just can't get comfortable in.
No, I'm comfortable in it. It's just not a good place to record a podcast.
Oh my God. Okay.
So
I could live in my bed.
We were sitting in bed. I was finishing watching the Jazz game.
Uh-huh.
And you were enjoying, I don't know.
What wasn't I enjoying?
Right. First it was cheese puffs.
Yep.
Then it was Milano cookies.
Yes.
And then you handed both to me and said, when you put those back, bring me something else chocolatey.
That's the problem, is that my diet is so, and it's not supposed to be a diet. It's supposed to be your food freedom.
It's a lifestyle.
It's supposed to be a lifestyle. But it's so strict, it's so restrictive that when I go off, I go the freak off.
Sure.
Like I go full, and that's not how you should live your life.
You're in Hawaii. You do whatevs.
I've had 4 chewy Chips Ahoy.
Tonight.
I've had 2 Milanos.
Tonight.
I've eaten 3/4 of that bag of Cheese Puffs.
Yep.
No question. Handful of chocolate covered pretzels.
Yeah, and
there was like 7. Hold on, there was like 7 Raisinets left in there.
No.
But
I would like to say
all.
you finished off a box of Raisinets.
Yeah. I wish I could purge.
No, you don't.
I wish I could.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
That is not healthy, and I think anybody that struggled with that would say, no, you don't.
Just one time, right now.
What's stopping you?
It's hard for me to do. Listen,
You don't think you can make yourself hurl?
It's hard to do. When I was pregnant and I had sick, morning.
You did it all the time. You did it willy-nilly.
I puked all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
In the car, on the side of the car.
I know. I tell everyone that story. When I was pregnant with Sloan, every morning. So when I was pregnant, when I was pregnant with Quinn, I was so healthy, but I craved healthy things. Like
Sure.
I say healthy, but like I had a Caribbean Passion Jamba Juice every morning.
Oh, yeah, that's healthy.
With Quinn.
Yeah.
And then I ate crisp
salads. Yes. Here's my.
Gosh.
Here,
Are you going to go into it? Go ahead.
So there's the whole pregnant woman have weird cravings at strange moments.
And it was early on.
But
your first trimester is the worst. It really is.
So it was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock
in the morning.
Mm-hmm. You woke me up and you said, just kind of nonchalantly, I'm craving a crisp salad.
From McDonald's.
I didn't know that you were that specific. I don't remember that part. I just remember
a green crisp salad from McDonald's.
A crisp salad. I don't know why crisp why did it have to be crisp?
I think a cold crisp salad sounds so good. And
follow-up question, is McDonald's known for their crisp salads?
It was the early aughts.
Okay.
And
gotcha. So you said to me, I'm craving a crisp salad. And I think I said, that's great. And I rolled over and went back to bed.
Yep.
And that was apparently the worst thing
you learned your
I've
lesson.
Ever done. Oh, yeah.
I left.
Yeah, you did. That's right. That was one of the times you left. Yeah.
I drove around because I was pissed.
Right.
And I did not go buy myself a crisp salad.
Yeah, because you can't get a crisp salad. This was really before McDonald's went 24.
McDonald's was open.
No, they didn't really go 24 hours until.
Listen, I wouldn't have told you that if there wasn't an end game.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You honestly thought that I could have driven over to a McDonald's and got you a crisp salad? Because
then it evolved into other things that I wanted.
Now I know. If you even just hint towards something, I'll bring home 10 of them.
You jump and go. But so with Quinn, I was more healthy. And then with Sloan, every morning I would drive through McDonald's and get their cinnamon pull-aparts. They have those.
Right.
In case you don't know.
Okay.
And then I would drive through Starbucks and get an iced mocha. Oh, my God. Think about that. Every morning. That's what I ate. And so I was on the phone literally with my friend Angie, the same Angie that I still remember to this day. So that was 12 years ago.
Right.
I was on the phone with Angie one morning and I had driven through McDonald's, gotten my cinnamon pull-aparts, and I was in line at Starbucks and she's talking and I go, I gotta call you. And she's like, oh my God, are you puking? And I'm puking in my car.
Yeah. Into the side panel of the car, which never came out.
Did it never come out?
No, it was like pink. It's like a pinkish weird.
Well, no, because that wasn't the only time I puked.
Oh.
With Quinn,
what?
I had puked into the side of the car too. I was driving home from work and I was like, I want Taco Bell so bad. And I went to Taco Bell and I bought a crisp
salad?
A ton of things. I inhaled them so quickly. Then I literally felt it coming up and I pulled over and I couldn't stop in time.
Right.
And I puked down the side of the door, the inside of the door.
All right, so I
puked on that car
a few times,
at least that I know of.
Yeah,
I puked a lot when I was pregnant.
Unfortunately, it was in an accident, and they totaled it, and I never had to try to sell it to somebody and be like, "What's the stain on the side?"
Yeah, you got
panel?
an accident in that car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's kind of a long way of establishing that. Yes, you can puke if needs be. Or I guess if you're
pregnant,
okay, well,
that's not going to
happen
anymore.
Nope. Let me ask you a question. What would you say is the most embarrassing thing I have done or could do in public that would embarrass you?
You?
Yeah. Is there anything that I could do that would embarrass you? And there's a reason for this question, because I did something tonight I've never done in my life. And I feel like I got kind of some like, you gave me this look of like, ugh, like you kinda,
really?
Yes.
I'll tell you.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Let me see. See if you.
I don't know if embarrassed is the right word. I have a kind of a tragic memory.
Okay.
When we first moved to Portland and
Yeah.
you were in charge of doing everything with the girls, you'll remember this. We've talked about it since then. And it was dress rehearsal for dance.
Yeah.
And I was working 24/7. And so I met you at rehearsal.
At rehearsal, yeah.
And you had the girls. And
I forgot one of
you
Quinn's
forgot
costumes.
Quinn's costume.
One of hers.
And so they were like, Quinn, where's your and she was like 7.
If that. She might have
And
been 6
I
still.
was so high, like I was so high strung.
Yeah.
Because of work and just like all the stress. We've talked about that.
Right.
That I was like devastated. I was
Right.
devastated.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if embarrassed is the word. I was so pissed off at you, like rage, that I left.
Right.
And I was like, you figure
This was
it
another
out.
one of those times.
Yeah, you deal with
When
it.
you say left.
I guess when you fight or flight, I flight.
People right. You didn't
left.
you didn't pack a suitcase.
Oh, no.
and leave. You
I
just-
left the
you just-
venue.
yeah.
And I was like, you figure this
drive
out.
away.
I'm going home.
Yes, that's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do tonight that was embarrassing?
So for the first time, so we're here in Hawaii. I feel the need to point that out multiple times.
I know, to the point where it's kind of annoying.
Well, I want people to know why it sounds different and why we're recording in a hotel
Okay,
room.
well, if they started this at the
and
beginning.
the fact that we're in Hawaii. So we went out to dinner tonight. Walk over to a pizza place. And
Oh, I wasn't embarrassed.
you know what I'm going to say?
I think so.
So we're sitting there and we're eating pizza and there's a TV on and it's got Disney Channel on it. And meanwhile, we had left the Jazz Nuggets game, and I've talked about this. I've become
We've left it. What do you mean?
no.
You were watching it
I was
home?
watching it here.
Yeah, or here, yeah.
And we walked over, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Wait a minute, we're here in a pizza joint. They've got the Disney Channel on. There's no kids except for our kids sitting in there. Why can't I go ask them if I could maybe change the channel to the ball game?" And so I did. Then the guy just actually
Were they just like, no problem?
Okay, well,
Yes.
he did the little jokey thing. I said, "Hey, could we change one of those TVs to TNT?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I'm kidding. Here." And he just hands me the remote.
Oh.
And so anyway, so I put it on, and so I could watch the game. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, why do I care?
Yeah, I wasn't embarrassed.
Okay, well, you
I
kind of
think
gave
you're-
me a look though.
No, I didn't.
I felt like you did.
Dudes do that all the time. at
I've never
places
done
like
that before.
I know. I think you're overthinking it, and
Maybe
you're
I am.
You're a little bit like, I'm not. I shouldn't do that, but it was fine. It was
Yeah.
totally fine. It was
Okay.
it was a bunch of older people in there, and people our age with. There was kids in there. There's kids right next to us. They came in later.
After.
All right.
The Disney Channel was on. Okay, well that's good. Okay, I felt like I was just like, man, I'm in new territory here.
You're
asking-
becoming an older dude.
Yeah, I kind of am.
You are.
I feel like I am.
You've gotten like so obsessed with watching these games.
When do I get to have a midlife crisis?
You haven't had it yet?
No.
Well, what would you like to do for your midlife crisis?
I don't know. So
I feel like I'm in mine now.
yeah, no, you've been in one for some time, and but you know what? You're killing it. Some people have midlife crises and they do crazy stuff.
Stupid shit. Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna get healthy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut my hair.
Yeah.
Look really hot.
Thanks.
You nailed it.
I bought a nice car.
You did buy a nice car. You did do that. But as I like to point out, it looks nice, but it's the entry model.
It's the cheapest one of all.
It's the entry model. It's actually cheaper than like
A Subaru. We looked at Subarus.
or a Honda Accord.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
What were you going to say though?
no, I'm just curious.
Oh.
What
What does your midlife crisis look like?
I don't know what it's gonna. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't feel like I'm in crises.
What are your dream hopes? Well, okay, so what happens?
What are my hopes and dreams?
Yes.
Are we going there now?
Well, what happens is we midlife means that you realize that you're gonna die sooner than you anticipated
Sure.
before. So with that in mind, what are things on your bucket list?
Well, actually, so I would say about a year ago, I had this epiphany or whatever, the realization that I needed to stop eating horribly. And I was working a job at the time where I was, here it is. They don't know how to work the DVD player. Stand by, Randy, while I go fix the DVD player.
All right.
All right. I think we're good to
Are we
go.
back now? You got it all set up for
Well,
that?
here's hoping.
Okay.
I mean, I got it started, and then they immediately said, pause it.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Somebody had to go bathroom.
I'm just shoving my face full of the popcorn they brought back.
Yeah. So, okay.
Can't
So
stop,
let's
won't
do a quick recap. You've had how many regular cookies with Reese's? Reese's cookies? 4.
4. Yeah.
Milano's?
2.
2. Handful of chocolate-covered pretzels. Mm-hmm. You finished off that box of Raisinets.
There was like 7 in there.
And then you've just shoved popcorn in your face.
Correct.
All right.
Oh, the cheese puffs too.
Cheese puffs. Oh, let's not leave those out. All right. I think we're all up to
All right,
date
I'm good.
on
Mm-hmm.
Randy's snack habits.
Okay, so let me turn the tables. When have I embarrassed you?
I've never, ever been embarrassed by you.
Stop.
No. Well, I guess I could say, since you pointed that out, I mean, I wasn't embarrassed by it, but I was like, when you left at that dance thing, I was
That
just
would
like,
embarrass you.
Oh, totally. I was just like, but I wasn't embarrassed by it. I was just like, okay.
I haven't embarrassed you in front of your family.
No, never.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Huh. I don't think I get embarrassed very easy.
You just got yourself embarrassed at that pizza place.
I wasn't really embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have done it if I was embarrassed.
Okay. Right.
I mean, that's probably the result of working in radio all these years. There's not anything I've been asked to do that has been like, okay.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
So, back to your midlife crisis.
Right. Anyway, I was going to say my midlife crisis, I think it was 10 months ago, probably over a year ago, when I just realized I had to stop eating out and get a little healthier.
Right.
Lose a little bit of weight.
Right.
And I did it.
Uh-huh.
And feel pretty good about it. I mean, I could have kept going, but
Yeah. You literally just like stopped eating complete trash garbage.
I stopped.
food.
It was easy. I stopped.
And you
because
dropped like 40
No,
pounds.
I'm proof that most of the time for men, it comes down to diet. Because I stopped.
Stop. I try to explain this to everyone. For every single person on the face of the earth, it comes down to diet.
Okay, but
And I'm not trying to be an ass about it.
You're kind of being an ass.
It's all about food.
Okay.
It's all about what you put in your mouth.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so
You could go run 10 marathons. You've seen people that are slightly overweight running marathons.
oh no,
right?
I know. I see them all the time.
Right.
Because
it is food.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Anyway, go on.
Let the record show.
I just get
Randy gets pretty upset about all this.
It's food.
Yeah. Okay. So I stopped eating junk food, like fast food, and then I stopped eating after 7:00.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Yeah. And you dropped 40 pounds.
I probably more than that, for all I know.
And I put myself on the clean eating diet
Yeah.
and lost 4 pounds.
Right. Well, you were in pretty good shape to begin with.
Right. But well, and again, it's about food.
Right.
What just irritates me, and I've always had like this like irritation with it because I struggle with my weight. When I was in high school, I struggled and college.
Yeah, but okay, I understand that, but it's coming people because I stress eat. I totally stress
eat.
Yeah, but people's metabolism works differently.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
What matters is if you have been eating crappy for a very long time and your body.
Okay, you can't equate your stress eating because of stress or work to the people you like to watch on that TLC
My
show.
600 Pound Life.
You can't equate that to the trauma and stuff that they've been through in their lives, where they've been sexual victims, they've been abused. You can't accuse a bad day.
I'm not.
'cause that's when I eat. Is if I get stressed or
I'm not
something changes,
comparing.
then I'm just like, all right, a cheeseburger sounds really good right now, and I'm going to eat it.
No, but
and
I
then feel horrible about
understand.
myself afterwards.
Right, I feel bad too.
It's different kinds of stress. It's totally different.
I'm not saying no. I'm not. I don't know where you're going with this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's stress eating too. What I'm saying is your weight and your body is dependent on what you put in your mouth.
Okay.
Period.
I understand that. I just think that there's a lot of judgment coming from you on that, from those people. Those people.
The judgment comes from when I have a conversation with someone and they go, I don't know why I can't get this weight off. I go to the gym 2 times a week. And I'm like, because it has nothing to do with the gym.
Okay. All right.
It has everything to do with what you're sticking in your face. That's what I'm saying. I get really tired, and I'll own it. Like, I'm going to feel this tomorrow. All this crap I've eaten, I will feel it in my pants tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't want to go off on this, but I do.
No, come on, Randy. Be real. I know the girls are in the next room. Be real.
I don't get judgmental. What I do get judgmental. I get judgmental when I see people who are struggling. You
say that
live a normal life,
right?
Because of how big they are.
Sure. Now you get judgmental. Going back to your point, when they say, "I don't know why I'm this way."
Yes.
It's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
And we all do. And,
you do.
And it's okay.
It could be because of abuse that you've eaten to the point where you have.
Right.
I get it. I understand that.
Yeah.
Just don't say you don't know how this happened.
All right.
Okay.
Whew.
We're gonna get some divided.
This is heavy.
I know we're gonna get some divided people.
Send your emails to Randy.
No, don't.
No.
Let's lighten it up a little bit. Okay. I debated bringing this up, but it's who I am.
Okay.
So I have to.
Right.
Do you know what's going on with the Kardashians right now?
Nope.
Okay. So do you know who?
Can I leave the room for a little bit?
Do you know who Khloe Kardashian is?
Sure.
So she was with the basketball player Tristan Thompson.
Nope. Don't know anything about that.
He's a bencher for the Cavs.
Nope.
Okay. That doesn't ring a bell. They had a baby. Anyway, it just came out. No, this is a big deal. It just came out that he's been cheating on her with Kylie's best friend.
No, stop. Who is this a big deal to? Who?
Everyone in my life group.
Who?
I mean, I've had several conversations with Malia about it.
Your cousin Malia.
And our daughter Quinn. Anyway, so you don't care.
No.
Well, then I guess it has something. But the rumor out there is that Kris Jenner has been kind of placing these pawns of the story in, so that it would make for a good Kardashian season.
That's probably all it is. It's probably all it. And you have bought into it.
I have fallen.
You've fallen into the Kardashian
prey.
Yes.
I'm completely. Again, I was talking to Angie about this the other day. It is trash TV, but there's something about it that I just end your sentence there. You knew about the Kanye Kim thing. I follow them. I have
what thing?
The Valentine's Day thing.
Well, that's just because it went viral. The creepiness of the house.
Oh my God. Are you not on Instagram? This has gone viral.
I don't follow
any of them.
Celebrities on Instagram.
None?
Except for jazz players.
Okay. See, there's the problem.
Maybe a few bands.
You cannot judge my Kardashian thing when you are obsessed, and you are obsessed with the jazz player.
I'm not obsessed.
You went into a deep hole on Kyle Korver. You're like, did you know that his brother lives here and actually works for Nike and is a blah, 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 an engineer?
Yeah, you do one of those things where you see somebody tag and you click on that and you're like, oh, he lives in Portland. That's interesting.
How is that any different than me just telling you the story about Khloe Kardashian?
It's... Well,
exactly.
It's different.
So please do
in
not
that
judge.
It's different in that Kyle Korver, it will never do me wrong, and he won't plant stuff to talk, to make a better season about keeping up with the Korvers.
You have no idea. You don't know that.
Oh, not Kyle Korver. Never. That guy, I mean, he looks like Ashton Kutcher.
He does.
And he has the...
he's an uglier Ashton Kutcher. I got to be real with you.
You think Ashton Kutcher is better looking than Kyle Korver?
Absolutely. After seeing Kyle Korver in person, up close,
sure.
I was like, oh.
Most basketball players, they're taller than you realize.
I'm down with the tall.
And ganglier than you realize.
I'm okay with that.
Little gaunter than you realize.
I don't think so that Rubio kid is cute. He's not gaunt.
Oh, the guy from Spain.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, you actually said to me the other day, I think I have a crush on him.
Yeah, he's cute. He's probably 22.
No. I think he's in his like late 20s, early 30s. Like he's been playing for a while.
Does it bother you when I say you don't care when I say that?
No, I sent you some pictures of him. I found some pictures and sent them to you. I'm like, hey, check out this guy.
Print them and post them on your wall.
I got some wallpaper. I got some wallpaper from my source, and I sent them to you.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't get creeped out by that. I mean, because I've already won. I'm not worried about.
You always say that.
I've already won.
You've already won.
I've already won. I'm not worried about Rubio. Why can't I think of his first name?
I can't remember
See,
either.
I'm honestly not that big of a fan. I can't even remember his name.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're not worried about him swooping in and
Swooping
nabbing your 41-year-old wife with two kids.
Right. Yeah. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about it at all.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
It's comforting.
Anyway, were you done talking about the Kardashians?
Yeah, because it wasn't going where I wanted it to.
I don't know how to connect with that. I have zero interest in fake. It's fake reality. There is nothing real about it.
Well, except so going down the hole. This girl's name is Jordan, who cheated, blah, blah, blah. No, let me tell you, she's Will Smith's niece. So then there's this big deal because Jada Pinkett Smith has that show, The Red Table.
Mm-hmm.
It's online. So she's having her on, and it's supposed to be released tomorrow. You don't care.
You know what's happening right now?
You're falling asleep.
No, it's like, when on Charlie Brown, when parents talk. Yeah,
that's all you hear.
That's exactly
Got
what's
it.
going on.
All right, well then forget it. Okay, so it's pretty funny that we lucked out. We completely lucked out that we left at 3 a.m. on Monday to come here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, I got to ask other people. We've been here 2 other times.
To Hawaii.
Yeah.
We're in Hawaii, everybody.
In case you didn't hear Court say it 50,000
Here
times.
we're in Hawaii right now.
I do not remember the flight being 6 hours. I
flew,
remember it 4.
We flew. Okay, we've been here only one time before. You've been here.
I've been here before.
We flew direct the first time from Portland to Honolulu.
Yeah.
And this time we flew from Portland
PDX
down to
LAX,
then
LAX to Honolulu.
And it was 6 hours.
It was 6. No, it was 6 hours from LAX to Honolulu.
Yeah.
Just that late.
Yeah. So in total 8 hours.
I mean, it was an all day.
Oh yeah, no, it was crazy bananas.
I remember it being a 4-hour flight. So
over a 4-hour flight, and you don't remember it being more than a 4-hour flight.
More than a 4-hour flight.
Yeah, that's why I kept saying, oh, it's like a 4-hour flight.
Yeah.
No, it was 6 hours.
We lucked out because we had to leave our house at 3 a.m. To catch the first flight
to come to Hawaii.
And the weather was saying there was going to be a snowstorm,
right.
And so when we left, it was like lightly, but the roads were clear, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Turns out there was a snow day on Monday.
They canceled school. Mm-hmm.
They went on Tuesday, and then there was another snow day on Wednesday.
Right, double whammy.
So Quinn, it was conference week, so she had Thursday and Friday off anyway. So she literally has missed 1 day of school, which is awesome. Sloan missed.
If they don't cancel tomorrow,
4 days.
There's no reason.
Yeah. No, 3 days. She'll miss 3 days of school.
Yeah.
Which the girls were pissed because they're like, we would rather be home so we could have a snow day.
Right. So they would rather be home in snow with no school than in Hawaii.
But you and I high-fived because last year when we took them out of school, we were like, yes, this is great that they're missing less school. When we took them out of school last year to go to Mexico in January.
Oh, yeah.
We got a nastygram from the school when we returned that said they were threatening that if the girls missed so the girls missed 6 days of school.
It was mainly just Sloan and at the elementary school.
Yeah.
Quinn, they seemed fine.
They're like, meh.
And so we got a letter from the principal saying that we needed to explain her absences.
Yeah.
Because they were excessive, and that if
which, by the way, we'd already told the school we were going to go into Mexico.
We had coordinated with her teacher. They knew that
the front desk knew.
Well, yeah, they knew that Sloan was going to be gone. She took a homework packet. She worked on it while we were in Mexico.
Yeah,
but we get this letter. Your daughter's absences are excessive. We need an explanation. And this could become a matter where we refer you to the state.
If she misses more, we will refer you to the state.
Right.
And we were like, WTF? Like, we came unglued.
Oh, yeah.
And I emailed the school and I said, I don't understand this. Everybody knew, da-da-da-da-da. And she literally wrote back and was like, oh, don't worry about it. And I remember being like,
We got a
are
letter.
you kidding me?
Right.
You cannot send something like that and then go, don't worry about it.
I would assume that a letter goes in your permanent file, something like that. Where don't you think?
So? Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, like there's some sort of file out there now with your name on it, my name on it, that has.
We allowed our child to miss 6 days of school.
That she went to Mexico in her 4th grade year and missed out on fractions or something.
And to this day,
I'm not downplaying fractions. Don't get me wrong. I just think
it was weird.
it was really crazy.
And I'll never.
But that's not to say we're not going to get the same thing when we get back. I grant she's only going to have missed 3 days as opposed to the 5 or 6.
And everyone knows.
We thought we did it right the first time.
I know. It doesn't matter. It's so weird.
Yeah. So we lucked out in that sense, but one area we did not luck out in. Wait, let me rephrase that. One area where I didn't luck out in is you stealing my seat away on the flight from LA to Honolulu.
Well, listen. Hold on. Before you go into this, because we explained it on our crappy episode. Aren't we going to release the crap episode too?
I don't plan on releasing our crap episode. Should we?
I was going to be like, here's some extra crap if you want it.
Okay, well then I won't even bring this up. This will be the teaser if we ever decide to release the crappy episode as a bonus episode.
Okay. Let's call it the unbonus episode or something.
It's like, yeah, listen to this if you must. Ugh.
Yeah.
I won't even go there. Yeah, no. There's something that happened to me on the airplane that
did that embarrass you? You were just mad.
I wasn't embarrassed. No.
Angry.
No, but you know what? Something else happened on an airplane once. How do I bring this up and tie it to the unreleased episode without? Oh, this is going to be tough. Remember that very trip that we were talking about down to Mexico last year?
Okay.
On the drive down, we flew from Portland to LA. Then we caught a flight from LA down into Mexico.
Yes.
This is a year ago.
Yes.
So when we flew from Portland down to LA, on that same flight was this gentleman that I recognized as being somebody who works in the Portland food scene. And I just recognized him.
That was on the way back.
No. He was going down.
Oh.
He was going down on the same plane.
Oh.
And I saw him in the airport. I'm like, I know that guy. How do I know that guy? And then I didn't think about it. We come back a week later. We're in the airport.
Yes.
He's there.
Yeah, they were on our same flight back.
And they were grabbing the same flight back. And then I realized, I've met this guy. I've interviewed him on that other podcast I do, Right at the Fork, a couple of times. I know who he is. I should go say hi. But it's kind of crazy. We're trying to make our flight. We got held up in security a little bit, I think. And by the time we got on the plane, I was going to go introduce myself, but I had gotten you a seat away from us, but I had chose one that did not have it did not have storage.
Yes.
I gave you this. I thought, I'm going to give Randy this awesome seat where there's nobody in front of her. It's right there by the bulkhead.
Uh-huh.
And you were so angry at me.
I was so mad.
Because you had to put your bag up in the overhead compartment.
Which I hate.
Right. And so you had to do that.
Uh-huh.
And so you and I are having like one of those awkward couple fights on the plane. Mm-hmm. Moments before I was actually going to go and introduce and say, hey, do you remember me? I'm Cort. And instead, he witnesses you and I have this really awkward fight.
He did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He totally saw it. Totally saw it.
And I was freezing. Well,
you always are. It's a plane.
I was mad at you because I was cold too.
Right. Yeah. So that was the unlucky part of that trip. I don't know how I'm tying this all together, but it's a tease into a conversation about
one of us is always mad on the flight.
One of us is always just pissed on a plane. That's the movie right now. Pissed on a plane.
So here's our lesson. We don't fly together anymore.
Right.
We got to get this figured out because you're right. There's always 3 to a row and then one person flies alone.
No, I think we figured it out, and we talked about this in the unreleased episode, the unbonus episode.
Yeah.
We sorted it out. It's forevermore. It's going to be me with the girls and you by yourself.
But I like being with the girls.
Yeah, but I don't like sitting next to the
That's right.
biggest person on the plane. That's all we're going to say about it.
I'm taking one for the team from now on when we fly.
Well, listen.
Fine. I don't mind. It's fine.
If there's a way to know, let's say, for example, we're getting on the plane, because we were able to get on the plane like in the first couple of zones. If we were able to get on the plane and the solo passenger, no, hear me out. If the solo passenger is already sitting there, so if we got the aisle and we know who's in that middle seat already,
right,
and we're there together, we can kind of have a verbal agreement. Yes, my body will fit next to that person comfortably.
This is exactly.
I will sit there. Say, for example, if it's like a petite, pretty woman, I will gladly sit next to her.
This is the same.
Not a problem.
As your movie theater No, this is too much work. It's too much head.
No. I don't like going into crowded movie theaters, so I now refuse to go.
And you want to know who you're going to sit by on a plane.
I want to know.
So fine, done. I will take the one
that
for the
plane
team.
ride. We came to Hawaii. We were in Hawaii, by the way. Was the worst flight I have ever been on.
You have been extremely clear about that.
And I've been on longer flights. I've been on 12-hour, 13-hour flights before.
Got it. No, and I think you're also older and you're more set in your ways, and that's what's going on.
I also had a very large man sleeping on me. I'm just going to leave it at that.
We got it. We got it.
All right.
I'm so done with that conversation.
Okay.
As you mentioned, we are in Hawaii.
We are.
And we went snorkeling today.
Right. It's kind of a safer version of snorkeling.
It's a great version of snorkeling.
It's not like free form snorkeling.
Dump you into the ocean, right?
It's in a closed environment that Disney set up here at Alani. It's really cool. No, it's like a great way to introduce your kids to snorkeling and let them decide if they want to do it.
Yeah, had a really good time.
Sure.
You said that the mask doesn't fit over your face because of your beard.
My beard. So like right where it's supposed to seal up against my face because of my mustache, it won't do it. So I was getting a little bit of salt water up into my nose. Ugh. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Yeah.
I briefly debated shaving.
Just to go snorkeling?
Yeah.
All right.
I loved it that much. No, I briefly thought, could I shave that? No, I'm not going to do that.
So it's been great here, and I love it. Mm-hmm. But you know me and etiquette, and there is crowded etiquette too. When something is crowded,
right?
Everybody has to be aware of their surroundings, and I think that there has been slow walkers around here.
Oh,
people taking up the entire sidewalk, or
right.
The trailways.
Sure,
and it just makes me want to murder.
Has this podcast become
therapy for me?
I don't. Maybe.
What?
But more just you and I complaining about stuff.
Oh gosh, do you think it is?
I don't know. I mean, earlier you were making fun of heavy people, and
I don't have.
And then
I'm not
getting after that guy that fell asleep on me on the plane. I mean, I'm
not a good conversationalist. If you just want to keep it positive, I'll be real.
So if
I like to talk about
if people need a pep talk, Randi is not the person to talk to.
Not unless it's really true and it's coming from my heart and like I want to give it to you.
Right.
But if I don't, meh.
Sure. But okay, I know your exact point on this. I have some pretty serious issues with people not having spatial awareness, like people being aware.
Yeah.
And it's something I talk to the girls about a lot. Mainly Sloan.
Oh my goodness.
Because she wanders.
Space awareness.
She just wanders, and it's one of those things. Just like whether you're at the mall, whether you're at school, wherever you are, like make sure you're aware of who's around you. Because nothing's worse than being behind somebody somewhere and they're actually making good time, so everything's good. But suddenly they're like, "Oh, I'm going to stop." Boom! They just stop suddenly, and it's just crazy. I mean, the other day we went to the to Quinn's high school
thing. Yeah.
People were stopping in the middle of like a crowded hallway to have conversations, completely unaware that like. You're in like a throwaway right here. We're supposed to be moving.
Okay. And by the way, that high school orientation. So we took her. They allowed the freshmen that will be juniors next year to give us the school tours.
Oh yeah. So these like
and they
14 and 15-year-old girls
were epic.
Yeah. Well,
and I was on a group text thread with my mom and my aunt and my cousin, and so I was texting them direct quotes from these little high school girls,
right,
that were saying things like, The food here is bomb.
Right. Everything was bomb.
Everything was bomb. Or like, hey, not to flex, but look over there and check out my volleyball picture. What was
I missed that one.
I wrote them. I literally wrote them all down, and I was dying. You may see. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the one that stood out to me was we're here in the art. I'm not going to do the talking impersonation, but we're here in the art department, and and a lot of the students here just really suck at art.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at this stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah. You might see a lot of pictures of John Cena everywhere. It's because we love John Cena. And
that was the explanation.
This is the athletic director's office. She is so awesome. She's like top 10 in the nation. Plus she gives you free food. There was just like so many.
Yeah.
I mean, the school is amazing.
Oh, sure. No, I got lost.
It's huge. But they were hilarious. And Quinn was so embarrassed because you and I were like giggling in the back, and she's like, you have to pay attention.
Right.
And so she like left us and went up front, and she was just like nodding.
Is that what that was about?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she was saying, oh man. Okay.
Yeah. And she was just nodding at everything they said.
Well, she's excited to go.
Yeah. That'll be her next year.
Right.
She'll be giving the tour.
Maybe.
Yeah. This school's bomb.
Yeah. It was pretty bomb and big. I don't know if that means the same thing.
Oh, and then this is Miss Palatia's office. She's a queen.
Does that mean, what does that mean?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Oh, the last thing that I had was this whole YouTube thing that's going on right now that's all over Facebook about the kid videos on YouTube are being infiltrated with this Momo character.
Yeah, Momo, the creepy looking, it looks like a character from...
Do you think it's a mask, or do you think it's like a Photoshopped thing?
I think it's a Photoshop
That's
thing.
what I think. Sloan said she thought it was a mask. But the girls knew about it.
Right.
But people are like freaking out saying, well, my kid was watching it and then it told them to harm themselves, so they did. I'm like, what? Because like our kids watch videos, but if like all of a sudden something popped up and was like, hey, you should go slit your wrists, my kids aren't going to do it.
Right. I don't know. It seemed it's like the whole. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know who these parents are that are saying that. I'd be curious to like.
They said it's in the UK, but like I asked the girls, I'm like, have you seen it? And they're like, no, not on videos, but I've seen the warnings about it.
I'd be curious to get kind of a profile of who those parents are, because I mean, kids come from different backgrounds, parental involvement, like.
Right.
You hear about those.
Well, and then I saw someone that we know that does not have children comment and say, this is why iPads should not be used as babysitters. And I wanted to reach through my social media and strangle them.
Right.
And go, until you have a child, stop talking.
Right. Because iPads are the best babysitters
are
ever.
the best
We're doing it right
babysitters.
now. We gave them a DVD so we could do this. It works even when they're 11 and 13.
That's right.
In your face.
And we included popcorn. Sure, go get some popcorn and soda.
Yep.
The world is your oyster. It's true.
Yep. Even though we're in Hawaii.
Stop.
Do we have one final segment?
I really don't, because
Okay.
I did it on the unbonus.
Sure, that's right. The unbonused episode that we got to ultimately decide when and or if we will release it.
Yeah. Although I will say, and it's awesome that we're here and we're here for your work.
That's right.
But I do feel like all of a sudden you've jumped into like this mode where everything that we're doing and the kids are doing, you're like, okay, is this a photo opportunity? Okay, I need you to do this.
Well,
And
okay. So,
I'm like, oh my gosh.
We are in Hawaii, and we're here. We're at the Aulani, which is a Disney resort and spa. And I'm saying it that way on purpose. I don't know if you've noticed how very purposeful I have been on and phrasing
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
It's Aulani.
It's been like
It's
a
Aulani.
walking commercial.
No, because this is really interesting. Because if you look at every other resort that Disney has, it's always Disney's Grand California or Disney's.
Right.
Disney always comes first.
Right.
But when they decided to do Aulani, they said, we're building a hotel in Hawaii that's going to be about Hawaii. So it's a Hawaiian hotel that Disney made. That's their whole idea. And granted, they've talked to me about this, but it really, I mean, just the people we've been talking to and they've been showing us stuff. Like,
it's amazing.
It just, they really want you to like to get a grasp of what Hawaii is all about.
But the great thing is that it's a resort and it's all Disney.
It's Disneyed up. Oh yeah.
It's Disney service.
Oh yeah.
And so everything has been just like, everyone's extremely friendly and helpful and kind, and that means a lot when you're here. I mean, it just means a lot. You know?
When you're here and you're spending money and like,
you know, you're not going to be dealing with a maintenance guy that's going to be pissed that they have to come to your room. You know, everyone is just so over friendly, which I love. I love that about Disneyland too. I just, you know, that no matter what you ask, it's going to be handled in an appropriate way.
Yeah. So that'll be my only PSA on this, is that like, if you've been thinking about Aulani, or if you've been thinking about going to Hawaii, but you're like, oh, I got kids. Ugh.
Oh, this is the perfect place.
This is the way you do it.
No, seriously. Like that's what we've seen. We've seen all of these families here, because not only do the kids get to have like a taste, and they have like activities and everything else, a taste of the Disney-ness of it all. And the characters are out. Sloan and I were just walking and we saw Minnie. So I was like, let's get a picture. But you get that, but then you also get to have a Hawaiian resort experience as an adult. Yeah. And I mean, I took Sloan to the pool and I said, hold on, I'm going to go grab a drink. And I went over and I said, can I take this out of this area? And they're like, oh yeah, you can take it around the whole resort. So I got to have a nice drink while Sloan swam and did the water slide and everything else. Right. It's been perfect. So, and then we went to that story time. There is a kids care center here. Oh, yeah. Because I noticed these two young ladies brought in this group of children, and I noticed they were in like whatever the club was here. Oh, right. To that story time.
It's Auntie's Beach House, or Auntie's Beach House.
Oh, it is?
I don't know why I keep trying to say it like I'm from the East Coast.
And the story,
Auntie's Beach House.
The story time thing was around a big fire. Yeah, and then toward the end, Moana showed up. And I was like, oh.
There's your Disney magic.
Yeah, so it was cool. But no, it's a great place for families, because you get all of it. Yeah. And then plus, outside the resort, there's like this cute little shopping areas where we had pizza today.
Sure. And I watched my Jazz game.
An ice cream place. And
kind of felt like, though, I did a little crop dusting with that, though. Because you know the term, crop dusting?
I know what crop dusting is.
We went in there. I didn't turn the Jazz game on until late.
And then then
we just left.
Yeah. It's
Enjoy
okay.
that? Okay, all right.
It's all right. Do you know how many times I go to the gym and I'll be like running on the treadmill?
And you turn the TV?
I'll be watching whatever, let's say it's HGTV or whatever, and some old fart comes in.
Yeah, changes it.
Right in front of me, and he's getting on the stupid elliptical. Okay, by the way, the elliptical.
Okay.
Are you done with this conversation?
You don't need to criticize people. He's working out, all right? Just let the guy work out on a machine you don't think does any good.
You might as well lie in my bed and eat popcorn. Yeah. And
that's what
turns
you'll be doing here in 5 minutes.
A stupid sports game. Makes me so mad.
Just throw your towel at him next time.
Don't worry. See, what? So don't worry about it.
All right.
When you're doing it.
All right.
You own it. Now that you're one of those old farts.
Yes, I am.
Own it.
I made sure nobody else. I looked around to make sure nobody was watching. So fine. Raven.
There was two TVs and so the
Raven's
other had
home.
the Titan games on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us.
Okay. We'll see you next week when we're back.
Do the podcast live from Hawaii.
Snow.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there'll be snow next week.
I hope not.
Yeah.
We got too much to do. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, mahalo.